Hi there. I hope you're doing well tonight. My name is Dr. Shiroko Sokitch. I'm the owner of Heart to Heart Medical Center and the author of the book, Healing When It Seems Impossible, 7 Keys to Defy the Odds. And today I'm going to talk to you about when is the right time to cleanse. And what is cleansing and what is the difference between cleansing and detoxification. Um, Detoxification is so cleansing is really when you think about cleansing your body, it's really about removing certain things from your body, including chemicals and stuck energy and clearing toxins out of your body. And it often means some kind of a purging, so like if you're going to cleanse, what you're going to do is you're going to purge and you're going to use some sort of supplement that will help you clear things out of your intestines. So it's kind of think about it as like there's all of these chemicals in your body and all of these toxins, and they might be stored in your bones or in your brain or in your various tissues, and that you want to pull them out of the tissues and then you want to gather them in one location and remove them. And so you would either gather them in your kidneys to clear them through your urine, or you would gather them in your intestines to clear them through your bowel movements and through your stool. And so that's what cleansing is. And then detoxification is something slightly different. Detoxification is really assuming that your body already knows how to clear toxins. Your body has a natural mechanism for removing toxins from its own tissues, and the liver is the mainstay of that, but also your large intestine, your small intestine, and your kidneys are organs where you clear toxins. Actually, even your lungs have a mechanism for clearing toxins out of your body. So your body is always ready to do its own detoxification. And one of the reasons that so many doctors like me and other practitioners recommend doing some kind of a either cleanse or detoxification at certain times of the year is because we are in an environment now where we're exposed to so many chemicals all the time. And especially if there was a test, there's been various studies done that show that we have over 700 different toxic chemical or different chemicals in our bodies at any given time. And we're exposed to something all the time. In our air and in our air pollution, there is heavy metals. There are heavy metals in our atmosphere. There are heavy metals in the barks of trees. There are heavy metals in the air when you're in the city. And then not to mention the toxins that are in our household products and the toxins that are in our laundry. There's an article that talked about not just the toxins, but the various bacteria and creatures that live in our laundry machines and in the sponges in our sinks. There's all kinds of things that we get exposed to all the time. When you pump gas at the gas station, there's chemicals that you're exposed to by just lifting the handle of the what do you call that? The thing that you pump the gas with. And so there's a lot of different things going on in terms of toxins potentially in your body. So the best time of year to cleanse or detoxify is springtime. Springtime is the time of year when the sap starts running and plants start blooming and green things come out and leaves come sprouting out. And it's a great time of year because energy's moving at that time of year. And so that is the best time of year to do either a detoxification or a cleanse and to help your body clear itself. There's a wonderful ritual in the Middle Eastern community, or I think it's in the Persian community. In the springtime is when is their New Year's, and they clean their whole house. And we all talk about spring cleaning our homes and cleansing our closets and getting rid of stuff, but it's also a good time of year to cleanse our bodies and to get rid of storage of chemicals in our bodies. I usually don't recommend that we do cleansing or detoxification in the winter because that's the time of year where our kidney energy is more prevalent. Kidneys regulate your low back, your knees, your bones, your overall sense of having energy and big transitions in life. And you're given a certain amount of energy that you're born with, but there's also a certain amount of energy that you get to use throughout your life. And so your kidney energy is in the winter time, and it's about hibernation and about resting and about restoring. So if you were going to do some sort of whatever you want to call it, a cleanse or some sort of a reboot, let's call it a reboot. Every season you could do a reboot, but they're different at different times of the year. So in winter, if you were going to do a reboot, what you would do is you would eat very warm and nourishing foods. You would get lots of rest. You would restore your body, and you could still eat really clean, but you wouldn't take things that would help you pull toxins out of your tissues, because you want to just restore. So you want to build your energy and restore. You want to use things that would support your energy levels, like ashwagandha or rhodiola, things like that, that kind of support your overall energy. In springtime, it's the time of the liver, and the liver is the organ that, of course, handles detoxification. So it's a perfect time of year for you to do a cleanse or a detox. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in the next Facebook Live that I'm going to do in a couple weeks. But if you have any questions right now, you're welcome to ask them in the chat over here. Great to see you, and great to have you here tonight. The other thing that I want to talk to you about is, like, how does your body handle toxins most of the time? If you are having, let's say all you have to do, so there's one very simple way to really detoxify very gently, and that is to just eat really a lot of vegetables, and to hardly eat any meat at all, hardly any fat at all, and just eat heavily on the vegetables. You could use a little bit of fruit here and there, but mostly vegetables. And in the early spring, you'd have mostly cooked vegetables, but as you get into the later spring, you could have some raw vegetables as it gets warmer. The Chinese medicine philosophy about eating and lifestyle is really to follow the time of year that you're in, and to kind of think about the weather or the climate that you're in. So let's say you lived in a place like Costa Rica where it was always warm and sunny. In a place like that, you could possibly eat raw food all year long. Whereas in a place like Missouri, where you have blizzards and snowstorms and it gets really cold, you might want to not eat cold foods at all in the winter. You would eat soups and stews and all cooked foods. And then as you got into spring, as it got a little bit warmer, you could have a little bit less cooked food and a little bit more raw foods. And it's kind of based on that. Another thing to keep in mind as you're thinking about cleansing and whether to eat raw foods or cooked foods is to think about how your digestion works. So if you have digestive problems, and I talk a lot about heartburn and reflux, and if you have a weak stomach, your stomach is the organ that handles digesting your food, and we call it the organ that cooks your food, right? So if your stomach is not functioning well, then you can't cook the food that you eat. And so if you eat raw food, you might not be able to digest it properly. So even if it was summertime, if you had a weak stomach or you weren't digesting food properly, you would only eat cooked foods. And you would want to process them by, chewing them well and supporting your digestion so that you can process the foods that you eat better. I think that's all I wanted to say about that. And let's see, is there any questions here? No, there's no questions. Okay, well, I hope that you have a wonderful evening. I'm going to close out this session right now and just remind you that springtime is the time to consider doing a detox, especially if you really want to support your liver and help it do its job better. And when you do decide to do a detox, it is to help your system handle all of the toxins that it gets exposed to. So you kind of want to just give your body the support that it needs in order to do its job the best. And that's how you want to think about anything that you're doing. If you're detoxing or cleansing, it's not about getting rid of things or hating your body. It's really about loving your body more and supporting it in doing its job as well as it possibly can. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I look forward to chatting with you again soon. Thank you so much.